Mexican truckers line up at the port of entry for safety checks. But before the trucks are allowed to cross into the U.S., the Mexican drivers must prove their commercial vehicles are safe enough to be on California freeways. It's the most visible reminder that there is more to the border between Mexico and the U.S. than a line in the sand. 11-year-old Ruben Valencia is a much smaller and personal reminder. According to the county health department, Ruben is one of the estimated 600,000 people living in San Diego County without medical or dental insurance. The boy is exactly the type of patient those in favor of Assembly Bill 1045 say they'd like to help. Under the plan, 140 doctors and dentists would be brought to the United States from Mexico. Each candidate would still have to pass tests and complete a residency program, both of which would be shorter and less intense than California's regular requirements. The candidates would be required to work in a clinic serving California's poor, and the candidates must also read and speak English fluently. In return, the participants would be granted a 3-year California license to practice. Maria Brindis is a pediatric dentist from Mexico City who wants to be considered for this pilot program.
I know the problems in the Hispanic communities with so many Mexican nationals here, and I think they need more Mexican doctors and dentists to serve them.
Ruben's mother agrees. She's a native of Mexico who doesn't speak or understand English.
I think I just have more confidence in doctors and dentists in Mexico because here sometimes they don't understand.
Dr. Angelina Noyes is treating Ruben at the Children's Dental Health Center in Golden Hill. Dr. Noyes is the clinic's only full-time Spanish-speaking dentist out of 3 on staff. Yet she doesn't believe language alone is enough reason to bring Mexican dentists here.
It shouldn't be a reason. I always say shouldn't be a reason. Like I say, I see a lot of patients they're not Hispanic. Because I'm going back to Russia. I mean, I see people from Russia, people from Asia, people from Vietnam, you know, and I can get through. Probably a mother will be more comfortable. You can talk to her in their own language.
Dr. Robert Hershka sits on the board of the California Medical Association. He says giving those 3-year licenses to Mexican doctors and dentists is putting patients at risk.
We have no problem with any number of physicians coming in to try to help us with the underserved. We have no objection to them coming from Mexico. We do object to them getting some kind of fast track, bypass the training, bypass the scrutiny that we all go under, because we think that's ultimately endangering patients.
Let's see how you're doing.
Dr. Harriet Selden, past president of the San Diego County Dental Society, is also opposed to the bill the way it's worded now.
Okay, bite. To just say that, oh, anyone can just come in here and practice would deceive the public, because people would assume that anyone who's allowed to practice here is up to a standard that people expect.
But close to the border at the San Isidro Health Center, where 80% of the patients only speak Spanish, yet another patient keeps his fingers crossed that the bill is passed.
I think it's a great idea to bring them, because then the communication will be direct with the doctor, not through a translator.
But the majority of the healthcare professionals who oppose the measure say there are other alternatives which have not even been discussed.
I don't think 70 physicians, 70 dentists are going to go very far or have much of an impact on the tremendous need that's in the state. That's why I think if a pilot project is developed, it should look at more long-term impact.
Long-term alternatives like turning to foreign doctors who are already here looking for jobs, or turning to students who could treat the indigent in exchange for getting a break on student loans. In fact, it's not just healthcare professionals in the U.S. who are concerned about this proposed bill. Doctors here in Tijuana with the Mexican Medical Association have yet to be contacted, and they have their mixed opinions about Assembly Bill 1045 as well.
There are sufficient doctors and dentists in San Diego, but they are not interested in attending to the poor.
Dr. Armando Fernandez de Leon, vice president of the Mexican Medical Association in Tijuana, worries that Mexican doctors will get shortchanged taken advantage of financially, and be seen as less competent.
What we are opposed to is that once again they are offering work to Mexicans that no one else wants.
Fernandez de Leon says with so many Americans already heading south of the border for more affordable health care, it makes more sense to create a program in Mexico where California social services like Medi-Cal and Medicare could be accepted across the border.
We have to be on the same side during the discussion to make this work. The medical communities on both sides of the border have to be united.
With one goal in mind, providing health care to children and families who oftentimes go without it. Laura Castaneda,
Yeah, you're doing really good.
at Channel 4, San Diego.